Trump really isn't suffering some kind of collapse in terms of his support. This is despite the fact that, yeah, the tariffs themselves were not a particularly popular policy. They are an outlier in that regard. Most of the things Trump wants to do are incredibly popular. That includes cracking down on illegal immigration, deporting violent gang members, keeping biological men from competing in women's sports, cutting waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government, firing unnecessary government employees, and promoting an America-first foreign policy that involves spending American taxpayer dollars at home rather than overseas. On all those policies, the Trump agenda is incredibly popular. The tariffs, on the other hand, do not poll so well, to be fair. The majority of Americans think that Trump's proposed tariff policy went too far. Now, of course, the tariff policy has already been amended, and markets have reacted hugely positively to the news that the Trump administration is working to negotiate deals with other countries to bring trade barriers as far down as possible. Voters still trust Donald Trump to deliver on his promise to create widespread economic prosperity. Or at least they trust him more than they trust the Democrats, who are still reeling from lack of a unifying message. Democrats don't even know how to press their momentary advantage if they had one due to the tariffs being unpopular. One reason for that is many progressive left-wing Dems actually supported tariffs until about 5 seconds ago, or still do. Take Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, for instance.
Okay, so this was all just pro-Trump propaganda with the exception of the critique of the Democrats because, yes, the Democrats do have their flaws and they're struggling in some areas, although Cory Booker and his speech in front of the Senate is definitely an example of the Democrats improving. But he pretended Trump is popular on all these issues in which he's not. He's supposedly cutting waste, fraud, and abuse from the federal government, but he's done none of that. He's just enriched Elon Musk. As for deporting illegal immigrants, that's one area he might have a point. But at the same time, he's violating their constitutional rights, sending them to prisons in El Salvador. That is totally fascistic, that's totally unconstitutional, that's totally third world authoritarian garbage, and most Americans do not approve of that. As for women's sports, again, are Americans so concerned about this? No, the polls do not show that Americans are concerned about women's sports. Americans are concerned about prices, they're concerned about getting their needs met, they're concerned about material issues, not women's sports. Conservatives didn't care about women's sports until 18 seconds ago. So, no, and there's no America first foreign policy going on here. There's actually an America worst foreign policy going on here because Trump is showing the worst of America to the rest of the world. I mean, see what he did with Zelensky. There's no defending that. There's no defending that. Scolding a guy who's courageously defending his country as they're being invaded. So, just totally embarrassing. And Robby is a guy who purports to be more of a libertarian conservative, not a MAGA conservative. So it's particularly shameful coming from him. All of this nonsense, it really makes you question whether or not he's actually a libertarian or if he's just a Trump cultist. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is the Morris the Merrier. Thank you for watching.